There are things that come into my life that are musical and have to do very often with leadership in music. My name is Timothy Kolosick. I was for 30 years a music theory professor, TA, part-time, all those things that you have to do in your early stages of your career. 3 years at the University of North Texas in Denton, and 24 years at the University of Arizona. I was in for 25 to life, but they let me off for good behavior. My father was really what I call a word person. It was centered around the development of ideas, philosophies, and words. My mother was more the intuitive type, and she played the organ. When she came to the end of a piece, she would delay that last cadence, and she would do these kinds of phrasings with soloists in the church and that sort of thing. So I began to notice that it wasn't just, by the click. There was a little bit of breathing and soul in the thing. I was 10 or 11 when the church bought a new organ, and we had a gentleman come in and teach us the instrument and how to work with it, an old Hammond. So I used this guy's basic training and started working with it and started playing around with it and didn't realize I was studying music theory. I got a Rotary Club grant to go to Vienna and study orchestral conducting, and then decided, there's more to learn from Vienna. Went back, did 2 more years, met my wife in my 2nd year, married her in the 3rd year, and then we went off to London. One of the important things about teaching music theory is to teach them to appreciate both sides of the issue, the intuitive and the theoretical. Then go to a piece of music and say, okay, how can we best discover the wonderful, joyful music that's inside of this? One of my proudest moments as a professor was the winning of the 5-star teaching award. And it signaled to me once again, you belong in the classroom. Just stay here. And that's what I did for the remainder of my career. I have an ear training book that I was taken on as a co-author with my major professor from the University of Wisconsin, so that has been effective as well. There's a land that is fairer than day. Found out that our pastor was a bluegrass guitar player. So we invited him over because we didn't have a guitar player who knew anything about bluegrass. Hello, come in, come in, come in. Welcome. A group called Sonoran Bells. Maybe I should have you move that other sofa. It's a community group made up of pretty much the best handball players in the city. And they rehearsed in our living room. My big concert once a year as a conductor is the Tucson Music Teachers Association Piano Ensemble Concert. That is a wonderful conducting opportunity, but it's also a wonderful music education opportunity.
So we met at the conservatory to start with, and I say to start with because I met him more than he met me.
So we'll move quickly between monsoon storms.
I know. I was in the conducting class. I was trying to wrap up a teaching music education degree. Does this go on our table? That was at the Vienna Conservatory in
74, fall of 74, because Helga's been playing with the Arizona Opera now for 28 years. It worked out to work together, and it worked out to work apart and in relationship to the kids. Well, now they'll know who we are. Another musical mission is the music for dance, for ballroom.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. We have a band called Better and Better, and I'll set some levels. A kind of an all-purpose 2-member dance band.
It was his brainchild to do the band. On the other hand, I had always wanted to try my hand at the electric violin. What I enjoy right now is that I have a 5-string instrument, so I can play some of the songs on a viola range.
I play a Yamaha keyboard, kind of cheap off-the-rack keyboard, and then I write backup tracks.
Timothy is the one who says, oh, this would be fun to make into a dance song for us.
What it does is it brings together a whole lot of things that I taught. The way in which chords follow one another, chord substitutions that can be used, but also the joy of providing people music that they can easily dance to and have that joy themselves.
Well, there are studies that say that music actually changes your brain or can enhance how you learn, how you see the world, your mood, and so it's important.
It is said that mankind is created in the image of God. Well, if you look at that within the context of the creation narrative, who's the creative one? God is the creative one. We are built in His image. I think it has nothing to do with hands and feet and all that. It has to do with our ability to create new things, often out of nothing. Music can be approached from the idea of how do I combine sounds and make them work, all the way down to the individual who has seemingly no creative abilities in music, but the ability to appreciate intuitively what another person has done. I have found that no matter what a person's ability or performance skills or creative abilities, there is a niche that they will find, but they will be able to use those skills joyfully at that particular level, whatever it may be. You have all of this population all centered around the appreciation and creation and recreation of music. And it creates this wonderful community.